All right, so I did a video on an extended brake lever for the Streetglide, give you a little bit more room for your feet, your leg, and a little bit better operating position. Now I'm going to show you a very inexpensive way to have an extended shifter over on your left foot. Now the shifter, if you go through Harley, I looked up some ones aftermarket, they were $150 to $250. I went to Harley, asked Harley what they had. They were telling me it's about $200 to get the a shifter that's just a little bit longer to give you a little bit more room for your foot. I went to Kirk, found a shifter that would work for the bike for $27. It's actually meant to be a heel shifter, but of course it's the same splines, so you could actually flip it over and it's the exact same shifter, and you're going to spend $30 versus spending $200. So let me show you that. Now here is the extended shifter. Now this has got a nice finish, feels solid, heavy. It is same splines as factory, ordered through Kirk, part number 570-2352. $27 plus tax and shipping. Can't beat that, especially when the rest of them out there are around $200. Let me show you the install. First step, super easy. Just use an Allen wrench. We loosened this bolt. It had a nut on the bottom. Loosened it, take it out, slide it off. Set them side by side. You can see the difference. They look identical, basically, just one's longer. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over to the new one, which again is just an Allen wrench. It's just threaded in. So it switched over. When I took it off, it did look like inside the threads there was a little bit of Loctite. So I put a little bit back on when I threaded it into the new one. Now this new piece does not come with a lock washer. I did add a lock washer to that just to be safe when I put it back in, to make sure I keep plenty of tension on there and it doesn't vibrate loose. The factory one does have a locking nut on it, and this one does not. So you can use Loctite if you want. I'm using a locking washer. And let's move on to just bolting it up. And there's a side view of where it sits now. And just so you can see, there's the difference to the overall length. That moves the shifter up 2.5 inches. So there it is, installed on the bike. It's gonna be nice and give me plenty of room for my foot. And I can be able to slide it forward when I'm on the highway, or move it back to where you usually would have it, and just barely have your toes a little bit off to do your shifting. Just give you some nice room for your feet and for longer legs. So I'll tell you, this one did have a little bit of paint on the inside of the splines of the new part. Not a lot. I mean, I could just tap it right on nice and easy with my hand. But if yours had some excess paint, you might need a little round wire brush. If you don't have one, you could always use one out of a gun cleaning kit and take a little bit of that paint off on the inside. I imagine they're made exactly the same, so you should be able to just tap it right on. Just hold it in place. You'll feel the splines line up. As you hold it here, you might just take note. You don't want to hit your spline where your shifter's too low and you can't get your foot over it, and you don't want it too high to where you have to raise your angle of your ankle to get your toes way up in the air to shift. Find a spot that's perfect for you. This is perfect for me. I can put my foot right underneath it, above it, lined it up, splines met perfect, and I just pushed it on. Tapped it in place, got it all the way on, put my new bolt in the bottom. Like I said, I did add a lock washer to it, and I did put a little bit of blue Loctite on it, just precautionary. All right, that's it. Plenty of room now. Thanks for watching, and check out some of the other videos.